you make some noise. It's so good to see so many black and brown bodies gathered together on this side of 285. This side of Queens. Because when we gather in our hood, we know they're fine with ignoring us. Mayor Kasim Reed, the chief of police, and so many of this city's resources go into protecting those who live on this block. So hey y'all, we know you're here to protect this block, but we're here to protect black lives, I say. We just want to make sure, because I know that you've seen the tweets, I know you've seen the pictures and the heightened militarized presence of police on this side of 285 and I-20. We wanted to make sure that there was some information so that we can hold each other up, hold each other together, and hold each other down, right? Right. So if you have this pamphlet in front of you, cool. If you don't, share it with a neighbor. This is just some one-on-ones for intentional resistance. We're not here to be peaceful. We're not here to be peaceful. I know that that's something that has been misconstrued, right? Yes. But the opposite of violence is not peace. I'm going to say that again. The opposite of violence is not peace. The opposite of violence is, if we feel gracious enough, non-violence. We need the media to stop telling a nation that has been suffering genocide to suffer with peace and smiles and pleases and thank you. We need a nation that asks the questions from the oppressor. Why does a community that has to suffer genocide have to suffer genocide in peace? We gather to protect our people. We gather to protect our blood, to stop our blood spilling from the streets. There's a problem when Mayor Kasim is more worried about a broken window than a broken spine. There's a problem when Mayor Kasim, the black mayor of one of the blackest cities in this country, tells us to stay off the highway because what else would Martin Luther King do? As if it's factually correct, okay, and as if they didn't kill King too, I say. So we're going to make sure that we keep ourselves protected and safe, I say. Never march alone. Always march with a buddy. Together strong. Better to march in groups. Never march alone. They were doing a lot of separation last night and the night before, making sure that groups that gathered in large quantities were broken down so that they could do whatever it was under the cloak of night. Do not get separated. Do not march alone. If you take a rest, which is possible, we do everything to prevent it, but if it happens, repeatedly scream your name and your birthday. I promise someone is going to capture it. There is a bail fund, there's support resources. We're going to try our best to get you out. But we need your first and last name and your birth date. There were too many people lost in the system in the past 48 hours because they didn't know. So now you know. What happens if you take a rest? Name and birthday. That sounded so sexy. Okay, allies, white folks, I need you to raise your hands. You don't get a cookie for being here. It's not about you today. You've gathered here because you believe in the necessity to fight for black lives. So it's your job today to take a step back. It's your job to center our voices and our visibility and protect us. If you see an officer who's willing to scrap, they're going to scrap with you tonight, not us. Got it? Stay hydrated. Stay back. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Yeah, for people who've been here more than a year, you know how this heat does. We don't want to be dragging y'all for miles and miles. I ain't got it in us. We ain't got it in us, okay? Marshals are on the ground to help. They're in orange and highlighted yellow vests. They have been trained to do this work. They're here to make sure that none of us get lost in this system. They're here to make sure that none of us are lost to violence. I say, if they ask you something, if they request something of you, listen to them. They love you just as much as I do, I promise. Community means. Community means.
Community means.
We document.
We document.
All arrests.
All arrests.
And every agitator.
And every agitator.
Community means.
Community means.
We document.
We document.
Every single arrest.
Every single arrest.
And all agitators.
And all agitators.
If you see something.
If you see something.
Record it.
Record it.
If there's anybody who you see who looks suspicious, white folks with bandanas on their face and heavy backpacks, if you see an officer who has made himself present in the crowd, if you see somebody who's being pulled, snatched, and grabbed out of the street, even if you don't know what to do, pull out your phone. This is useful to people who have been trained to respond to these things. It's useful to us. The hashtag is what? Hashtag ATL is ready. Hashtag activism is activism because you're out in these streets and online. It's important, I say. Okay, thank you so much. If you have this pamphlet, take a picture of it and share it on the hashtag. And we about to march, I say.
Make some noise, make some noise. Just like my church, just like the past, we've been out here for the past 4 or 5 days, organizing, being strategic, being tactical, being out in the street. We understand that resistance needs to be our motto. Motto needs to be our resistance. We need to stand up when oppression and genocide is being impacted on black people for the past 400 years. It is our responsibility to stand up and fight back. Also, it's not only about police brutality, but we also see these politicians getting in front of the black community, going in front of black folks, talking about they're going to do things to reprimand and to fix the problems within the black community. Mayor Kasim Reed is one of those politicians. Mayor Kasim Reed has a policy called Operation Whiplash. Operation Whiplash is a program where Mayor Kasim Reed is over-policing the west side, over-policing the east side, over-policing these marginalized black communities, where he's putting all of these cops to try to solve a gun problem. He's saying that by putting more police officers in a marginalized community, that will help fix the problems of oppression. That will help fix our educational school system that's corrupt and at Booker T. Washington High School, where they're graduating at 50%. Right? We got some very serious problems, and we need to hold our politicians accountable. Right? We need to stand up against them. Like we said, we need to stand up and we need to fight back. Fight back. Fight back. It's our responsibility to fight back. It's our responsibility to stand up and hold these people accountable. Right? Just because they got a smile on their face and they got black skin, that don't mean they on the same team as we are.
Right.
We for the liberation of our people. Right? Tonight we're protecting black lives. Right? Because we understand that there's a problem where black people are being murdered. Black people are being subjected to genocide. Black people are not even treated as human beings. Black people have the right to fight for self-determination. It is our responsibility to fight for self-determination and protect our humanity. Right? And that's why we out here tonight. We got black, brown, and white folks out here standing up for black folks. And we're not just talking about straight black folks, but we talking about gay black folks, trans black folks. Only time we say all lives matter is when it's all black lives. That's the only time we saying all lives matters out here, when it's all black lives. Alright, so we about to get the movement, just like Ariel was saying. Make sure you pay attention to your marshals. That is very crucial. It is very crucial that the people with the vest on, pay attention to them. Those are our leaders. Those are the people who are going to be protecting us in the street. Those are the people who are going to be making sure we don't get hit. Also, people who have on a highlighted hat, or that bright hat, those are legal observers. So if you see something going down, make sure you go to them and you let them know what's going on. Alright, and so we have to keep our eyes open. We got to be strategic. We can't be purely emotional. We got to be tactical. Alright, I say. Power to the people. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
I say. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Y'all tired?
No.
Y'all tired?
No.
Are y'all tired?
No.
Alright. Because this is a long fight. Right? This is the 5th day of almost over 1,000 people every night in the South. In the racist South. The white supremacists are mad. The KKK is real mad. And we know they look a lot like APD too, so, you know, everybody mad, right? So today, we're out here in Buckhead at Lenox to let the city know that we want to talk, right? Because they think they're talking for us, but there's some disconnect. Mayor Kasim Reed don't understand what's going on, right? He doesn't represent me. He definitely don't represent me, right? So today, we are telling Mayor Kasim Reed, we're telling the Governor Nathan Deal, right? We're telling the Chief of Police, right? George Turner, yes, call him out. Chief of Police George Turner, right? We're telling them that we want to sit down and talk, right? We want to sit down and talk. You want the protest to stop? Then let's make some action. Let's bring some solutions, right? We ain't out here just for fun. We aren't out here just for fun. So Mayor Kasim, repeat after me. Mayor Kasim Reed.
Mayor Kasim Reed.
Mayor Kasim Reed.
Mayor Kasim Reed.
Chief George Turner.
Chief George Turner.
Governor Nathan Deal.
Governor Nathan Deal.
We want to talk.
We want to talk.
Now.
Now.
And we now playing.
We now playing.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. A deep breath, all right? We're going to try it again. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and protect each other.
We must love each other and protect each other.
Because we have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Because we have nothing to lose but our chains.
Because we have nothing to lose but our chains.
I say.
I say.
Marshals, are you ready? Marshals, are you ready?